Good afternoon. This week we're talking about growing in God. And I was thinking about this subject. I was thinking about my own personal journey and what that means and growing in God and what that looked like in my life. And the one thing I really felt like God wanted to say was, everybody just take the pressure off. When we think about growing in God, the one thing that He wants to know is that He is so personal. He loves each one of us, and He speaks to each one of us in the way that we can understand, because He cares so much about us. The first thing we all have to do is decide that we want Him to be part of our life. And when we decide that we want Him part of our life, then that's when the relationship begins. And in that relationship, He wants to be intertwined so much into your life that every little detail that you care about, guess what? He cares about it too. It doesn't matter how small or large. And that's the one thing, one person may be just starting out in their walk with God, and some people may have walked with God for 40 years. But the thing is when we grow in God, we never stop learning. We never stop growing. We never stop seeing things about Him that we've never seen before. I remember a few years back, just a personal story of mine. And this is kind of a shift when my relationship with God kind of shifted, and in a very personal, deep way. And I figured out that God cared about my dirty laundry. And I'm talking about actual dirty laundry. It was during a time when we had come out of a very wild time in our life, and we moved into a house and we had nothing. We literally had nothing. And we had a little bit of money. We bought a sofa and a love seat for $250, and some people had given us some mattresses for us and our kids. And we had to start all over, and we had to start building our home. And there was one day I was just walking around the house, and I was talking to God, because, you can just talk to Him. I was just talking to Him and talking about the house, and just a passing thought. I'm like, man, I really wish I had just had a really nice laundry basket, because I could put it in the bathroom and get the dirty clothes out of the closet. And at that time, we discovered estate selling, and so that was one of the ways where we were able to take what money we had and go and get things and for our home. And the next morning, we were going to an estate sale, and the very first estate sale that we came to, I walked in and I was looking around, and then I walked around the corner, and when I walked around the corner, these people must have thought I was crazy, because sitting there was this beautiful laundry basket with a lid that went up and down, and I think it was like $8, and the people must have thought I was crazy, because I lifted up my hands and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Because to me, that was God showing me that He heard me, that He really listens to us. He really is so involved in our life. In 1 Corinthians 12, it talks about the body and the members of the body. And it talks about how, the foot can't say to the eye, well, if I were you, I could do this, or if I were you, I could do this. You see, God is so personal that even though that moment might have been insignificant to someone else, to me, it meant everything. To me, it meant that my Father cared so much about me that laundry basket was there. And that did such an amazing thing in my life with my relationship with God, in my growth internally, knowing that there's nothing too small, nothing too great. It was my willingness just to have Him part of my life. And in doing that, my relationship grew in Him. See, and that's what He wants. He wants each one of us to just allow Him to be part of our life. Allow Him to lead us and guide us, because everything that He wants for His kids is good. He wants good things for His kids. And it doesn't mean that we don't go through circumstances in their life that are hard, because we do. We go through seasons of our life when we go through hard times, and sometimes it seems like, are you there? Are you not there? What's going on? But he always is there. He never leaves us. He never forsakes us. That's a promise in His Word. And His promises are always yes and amen. So in growing in God, it's a relationship. It's allowing Him to be part of your life. It's a willingness to listen for His voice. It's a willingness to be obedient to when you hear His voice, you take action upon that. I just encourage you today, don't look at this as a relationship where He's somewhere else and you're here. Look at this as a relationship that He is intertwined with your life, and He cares about you. He cares about every circumstance. He cares about everything you're involved in, and He wants nothing more than the best for you. So if I can encourage you today to grow in Him, I challenge you, just start asking questions. God, what do you think about what I should do about this? What do you think about what I should do with my finances? What do you think I should do about this decision I have to make? Father, I'm going to the grocery store and I only have this much money. Can you lead me today? Because I really need to get some deals. He'll do it. He's done it for us. So be blessed. Have a good day. And just let that savoring love of God saturate to your heart to the point where you know that you can grow in Him in every circumstance of your life. Have a blessed day.